Hello everyone, welcome back. I would like to welcome you all to a video of a bunch of footage that I've been hanging on to for months now, going all the way back to August it looks like, without knowing where to put this all or what to make out of any of it. Part of me was tempted to just throw all of this into the trash bin, but some of the stuff I had promised to show you and I wouldn't want to let you down. So here it is, the better late than never various orphaned projects and adventures of Steve and Michelle. This first thing is just really a quick little, we took our air conditioner from home out to the lake, the little portable one, because we got a permanent one installed in our home. And we decided that it would be nice to have it in the cabin, and we would run it off a little Honda 3000 generator. And I think the thing I wanted to show you guys out of this really was this little generator system thing and how Steve installed some wheels on it, because it's quite big and heavy and awkward to move around. And there just isn't a great system designed within the unit itself to move it around. So our Sky Mule zipline garden wheel contraption thing that originally had wheels on it needed to be cut off. These are the wheels from that. I was originally going to make a garden cart type thing, but this came up first. So that's just kind of cool. If anyone else has a really heavy, cumbersome generator and you need to move it around better, weld some wheels onto the base. The camper. Oh, the camper. Do y'all remember the camper situation? Yeah, it's a doozy, let me tell you. But I'm going to try and give you the shortened version. We had it sold in the summer. A lovely couple from Saskatchewan came and bought it. But unfortunately, they had found another area of rot in the bottom corner of the slide, which we had not seen. But they were still going to buy it, but at an even more reduced price. They spent the day at our place getting it all set to go on the truck that they had purchased in BC to tow this camper, and the short version of everything was that things just kept going wrong as they were getting closer and closer to driving away. And the straw that broke the camel's back was that it nearly lit on fire. It was the craziest thing. As the guy was clamping it down to his truck with the tie downs, sparks started flying off of the tie downs, and the connection to the camper was fire red hot. Basically, at that point, the sale was aborted. It was getting late in the night. It was getting dark. The couple had nowhere to go, so we basically invited them to stay at our place for the night. So pizza and beer was ordered, and although they didn't buy the camper and that wasn't the best experience, they still rated their stay on Yelp at a 12 out of 10. So we still have the camper and decided to keep working on it and fixing up a few things to ensure that it is a greater unit for someone in the spring. Oh, and the near fire incident was a defect from it being constructed. The wiring on the inside of the camper wore away from years of rubbing, I guess, and it basically shorted directly to the tie-down unit closest to it. So Steve just basically replaced that whole wiring cable system. We ended up fixing the rot on the slide, fiberglass, finishing all that stuff. The awning needed a little bit of repairing, so we did that. And we replaced the thermostat on the fridge, among a few other odds and ends. Project number 3 is we had to get a new boat this past summer. We have had a 15.5 foot inflatable Zodiac type boat. Brand is Inmar, and it's been a great boat. The problem is that the transom was built out of marine grade plywood that over the years has slowly rotted away to the point of disrepair, at least for what we're willing to repair it to. Steve has tried a few different things, but the outboard is just too heavy. It's a 25 horsepower outboard, and it's just too heavy for that transom the way that it was. So we decided to purchase another one, and we ended up selling this one to a young machinist who had great intentions of fixing it up. So I hope he was able to do that. The first time we did this, we remember that the floorboards were the hardest part to get in. Everything fits just right. And with the boat being brand new, it was very difficult to get those floorboards in. I ended up having to go to someone's place there and ask to borrow or take some of their dish soap. And that was the key, to rub some dish soap along the floorboards there, and that helped put them in. This is the boat that we use to cross the lake if we're going to access our 20-acre off-grid property. By boat is one of the ways that we access it. So this is the boat that we use for that. Do you want help or? I wonder if they'll have these types of activities in the nursing home.
I hope so. I win the gold medal.
Here, let's put it around. For a swim. Oh, there's a lot of water in it, that's why. This fall, we built an RV shelter so that we could properly store our camper. We purchased a steel RV shelter from the Lower Mainland in British Columbia, and while we waited for it to be done and delivered to us, we poured the concrete foundation. This shelter will hopefully provide great protection for the camper and make loading and unloading much easier.
see the crack of my butt, can you?
No. If I did, I'd put a coin in it though. You roll in the grass. Hey, Lynn. You roll, baby girl. You get that, Lenny. You roll, baby girl. Hi, baby girl.
Yeah, don't.
Lenny, Lynn. Lenny, Lynn, Lynn, Lynn. It is from this shelter that I got the roofing material from for the one side of my little cabin opposite the salvaged standing seam material. It is this stuff that I painted black. This whole thing came with 2 cover panels of tin, but somehow they must have made a mistake because we had 1 extra 24-foot length of tin. So I was pretty excited and knew exactly what it was going to be used for. And then there was our camping trip we took in October. This would be Hannah's last trip with us, and Steve had really wanted her to see the ocean one more time. So here we are on vacation. We are in Osoyoos, and we only have 3 dogs. We're in like a shooting range, parking lot or something. And there's like carcass guts and blood, curdled blood everywhere, and the dogs are eating innards and blood. And
Riley's afraid of the
Riley's afraid of the gunshots. It's so dusty. We're like black. This is Steve's idea of vacation.
Well, I'm having a hell of a good time here. It's really good.
Norton's almost in the United States.
He'll come back. He doesn't have his passport.
We'll send him back.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It is so warm. It's like a summer's night.
October 4th.
October 4th. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. It's warm out. Baby girl. Did you roll in something, Len? Did you? You had to have a bath? Oh, little darling, he's all cold now. Well, that's what happens. You have to get bathed in the lake. Norton peed in the back of my truck. So we got to clean that out. pissed all over the bed. He and Riley slept in here last night. And he peed in here. We used to sail a fair amount off the coast of British Columbia, and Hannah was always part of those excursions. This trip wasn't the easiest. The dogs, were eating dead animal carcasses, curdled blood, barfing up curdled blood. Norton peed all over the back of my truck one night and all over the dog beds. We had long, long hours on the road. It was dusty, dirty, forest fire smoke. One night, Lenny had vomited something like 4 times all over the camper, all over Steve's clothes, then all over the dog beds. It was kind of a nightmare in a funny kind of way, but we made it work. And seeing Hannah smile as she sees the ocean one last time was worth it. In putting this video together, I've been able to take a trip down memory lane, and seeing Hannah again definitely stirs up a few emotions for me. This will be our first Christmas without her. Some of you may have noticed that my little shed has been looking a little bit better these past few days in videos, and that's because I fixed it up a few months ago. The covered porch that I built in a few short hours on my first overnight on the cliff wasn't built to be something permanent. I didn't think I would leave it, to be honest. I got to the point in the fall where I needed to decide I either had to tear it down or I needed to fix it up because it wasn't structural in any way, shape, or form and could not endure a winter as it was. So rather than toss it aside, I decided to fix it up. It turned out to be such a valuable space, that covered little porch. And I stayed out to do this after installing the roof boards on the cabin a couple, maybe 2 or 3 months ago. And I didn't have a lot of time. I had maybe like 2 to 3 hours. I got as much done on it as I could, but I'm still missing a few fascia boards and need to trim a few things with the roof here and there. But this gives a general idea of what it's going to look like when it's properly finished up. For this roof, again, I used some salvaged offcuts that I painted black. They were an offcut from a shed I built a couple of years ago, the sawmill kind of storage shed, and they were 2 feet long, and they were just long enough to fit for this application. I also took some fascia trim, like galvanized trim stuff that was supposed to be for my pole barn shed as a fascia, but I fudged it to make it work as a ridge cap. Definitely not the right material for the job, but it'll do. It is what it is. And I have way too much overhang on the other side. That I need to cut another time. And I'm going to do that piece another time. I forgot my tripod out at the base of the rock wall, the top of the Sky Mule thing, so I don't have a tripod. I have to change my tires because my tire shop couldn't get me in for like an extra week and a half, and I don't want to wait that long. I have mud and snow tires on. I guess I could. Like they're legal, but they're just not very great in the snow. And because my tires are already on their own rims, I thought I may as well just do it myself. I'm in my snowsuit. Gotta stay warm. Putting the snow tracks on. A little late to do this because it's cold, but we also were late taking the ATV home, so Steve does this mostly on his own. I help a little bit, but he's getting to understand it better, so it's going a bit more smooth, hey?
Yeah.
It was hard at first to figure out how to get these tracks on. Still working on it.
What?
That's a we. We've been working on it. It's been a two-person job again this year. It's cold out. It's fussy getting these things on. But we're just about done this one and then just have the other front one to do. Then we're gonna groom tonight and ski. And finish getting my tires done. Let's grow in arms.
I gotta put these Chinese heating pads together.
So these are these roof heating pads.
That we bought last year.
Yeah, we bought them last year, and this is gonna go on the area of the roof where we keep having the snow slide off.
The avalanche.
The avalanches, the destructive avalanches. So hopefully, the problem is that, what was the problem? When you got them, they all required individual plugins.
Yeah, so we don't. I'm gonna try to hook them up in parallel.
So that there's less plugins, but
Yeah.
and we have 12 of them.
Yeah.
Me. Let's get snow guards. Steve. Nope. Gonna do those heating panels. Heating panels don't work. Me. Let's just get snow guards. Steve. Nope. This looks like fun. The house is leaking. More problems with the stupid roof. It's leaking up in here, down into here. Our roof continues to give us a bit of trouble this winter. Those heating panels are installed, but only one of them seems to be working. Steve thinks there is a short somewhere, but because everything is frozen to the roof and covered in snow, he can't really sort it out properly. For now, we are shoveling the snow off with a roof rake, and hopefully one of these years we can just install snow guards over the whole dang thing. Look at those little doofers. Look at those little doofers. That is it for this video, my friends. It was one of the more challenging videos to put together and make it feel fluid because the footage was just so scattered and all over the place. I hope it wasn't too boring. I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas holiday if you celebrate, and I will see you all in the new year. Bye.